very much. Cat family is the apex species. The ecologists should understand the pyramid of the ecology and ecosystems. And if you see that in Nepal, you can see the 4 big cats. In the lowland, the tigers. And if you go middles, you can see the common leopard and some sort of overlapping between lowland and the middles. All 23.23% is covered by the forest and the wildlife habitat. If you see our conservation approach, what we did, our government did from 1970 to transboundary, all approaches are going parallel. And it should be, if you want to conserve, integrate to all components of the society, even until now. And as a result, our rhino poaching system, I do not like to repeat about it, zero poaching, how it comes to the rounds, because of that strong law enforcement mechanism and system is supporting us. And engagement of the local community is our strength, especially in Nepal's case, where Park Authority and the Nepalese Army, from night to day, I mean the 24 hours and 365 days, they are working together. And local communities outside the core area, they are supporting us. And at the same time, government has the policy to support 30 to 50% of the total revenue collected every year to that particular protected area. The forest go outside and 3 types of damages, especially human casualties, human injuries, and then livestock damage. In human injuries, if it is the case is very serious, the government provides up to the 50,000, but the minimum case is 10,000, and the casualties is 3,000. And recently, the government of Nepal principally agreed to increase the rate, but how much? It will be decided very soon. People, we are always talking, but how to involve them? Do you know, if I am a poor, living just around the park, if one of my family member attacked by the tiger, and why should you need the Chitwan National Park or Bardia? That is the fundamental part. People are talking very superficially sometimes, and it makes the things different in the ground. That's why, how to make the people's and the park relations, we have to create as much as alternatives, livelihood opportunities, income opportunities, and employment opportunities. And how to mobilize the local resources. These are the major areas. And of course, human casualties, conflicts, and livestock damage. Everybody writing the papers, Nepal is an agriculture country, and livestock is the backbone of the agriculture, something like that. But my agriculture, my livestock is killed by the tiger. And then how we are promoting the local community. And another is wildlife crime. Recently, even Nagarik News, Subhaji is here, how the nexus is working in the crime, and how do we are working through the Interpol channels, CITES channels, even sometimes how we are getting support from the UNODC and the World Bank. Yes, sir, I will finish now. I mean, while you are talking about the wildlife crimes, you cannot predict wildlife conflict and wildlife crime by time, when, 24 hours at any times, and by place, by site. You cannot predict. The poacher, maybe tiger will be killed in Bardia or Sukla or Parsa or Chitwan. Even just yesterday evening, I returned back from the Darchula, one of the remote part of the area, and people told me that most of the wildlife materials comes from India. They use the Nepalese route and goes to China. And how do you predict? It's really difficult to predict wildlife crime and wildlife conflict. That's why I always request to make some sort of basket fund somewhere else, as local community level, district level, or central levels, that if there is an incident, immediately you can respond and you can show the presence of the government. And the another one is, of course, tiger research and monitoring. The tiger research and monitoring is comparatively better Nepalese systems, what we developed last 2-3 years, in close coordination with Government of Nepal, Wildlife Institute of India, National Tiger Conservation Authority of India, because we consult the Indian scientists. Why? Because India has the largest population, and whatever methods they are used, we requested them to make the same methods, that we want to be a reliable one as a researcher, as an accurate one. But still there are many things we need to improve in the future. And at the same time, another issue is, of course, transboundary cooperations, which is very important, especially two parts. In Indian sides, how do we can share the best practice with India? Because our tiger is going to India, and sometimes the coming from India is the movement beyond the boundary, and we have to coordinate. And another is wildlife crime, because recently the tiger skin is confiscated in Kanchanpur. Then we coordinated to New Delhi, Lucknow, and our Nepal police, and our Kanchanpur DFO, and Suglapata Wildlife Reserve, and many others. And we have working in a coordinated way. Finally, this is my last slide. If we are serious on tiger conservation, the first is, of course, the habitat management, basically grassland, wetland, in order to maintain the ecological integrity. This is the fundamental point. And second one is wildlife crime. Always we are talking poaching, even we celebrated zero poaching, but it is ongoing issue. It does not mean that everything is finished. No. New things is more started, and the poachers are coming with more advanced way. And law enforcement part and justice and equity is equally important. Sometimes on the name of law enforcement, we have to be rational one. This is another part, and capacity building of our staff is equally important. And third one is conservation versus development. The economist or businessman, even Ministry of Finance or other ministries, especially Ministry of Infrastructures, they are asking the economic growth and development, but we are asking them the tiger is important. And how to settle down those two school of thoughts, how to balance between them. This is the another issue. And human-tiger conflicts. What type of approach you are applied to mitigate, and what compensation or relief package, or in terms of cash, or kind, or social sympathy sometimes. How you are maintaining. These are the very important. Coexistence between the tiger and the people is another fundamental issue. And the last one is everybody talking about the climate change. And my request is, let's talk about the climate change from the perspective of wildlife. Sometimes, not always from the people. Definitely we have to respect the human's life, but climate change, mitigations and adaptation from the perspective of wildlife is equally important, including human beings, for long-term sustainability and existence of the species. This is my very brief presentation. Thank you very much.